Greetings everyone, and great here with another Dawn of War 2 replay. So on the south side, as the Ravener Alpha, we have a foreign name. And I got the tier announcer once again. Spawning in the north as his teammate as the Farseer of the King of Pythons. Spawning as the opposing Farseer, we have Val.Hero. And spawning as the Warlock, we have another foreign name. We've got two squads of Hormigons being deployed on out by the Ravener Alpha. We got, looks like a Howling Banshees into Guardian Squad here. As we got the Warlock going for a triple Guardian Squad, and we do have Guardian into Howling Banshees for the other Farseer. Good knockback there from the Warlock. The Ravener Alpha is more of a range unit than a melee unit. So both sides getting some various chip damage, nothing too critical from both sides. Both sides are now behind heavy cover. Something was cast there, maybe there's a rally point? Saw a little dot there. Guardians pushing the way forward. The Ravener Alpha is going to be quite overwhelmed, just with the fact that there's also this Farseer in the region as well. Lots of damage there on the Ravener Alpha. Got a nice ability there on the Hormigons. And Ravener Alpha will need some help from his teammate, getting a bit overwhelmed. Here we go. We got the Hormigons and Guardian Squads advancing. There's also this Howling Banshee as well. And this point is being focused down. He needs to start hitting perhaps the units because his teammate needs a bit of help. He's getting a bit overran. His registration point will be decaptured. And now the Guardians push their way forward, eyeing for the high ground heavy cover, as these low ground heavy cover is also engaging as well. Does fall back and forth. Just so generally away, the Farseer has upgraded the Spirit Stone, which grants when equipped when reviving heroes, the Farseer gains 85 energy, as well as healing over 50% maximum health. So that's a good team item. Also grants the spiritual rights ability, which restores 50 energy and 175 health to an allied infantry. So it's also a bit of a medic. So it's a medic for allied heroes and medic for infantry. Not bad. Got the Howling Banshees shouting each other in each other's faces. Ranger's been pulled on out, and looks like the Ravener Alpha has lost one of his Hormigons. Does replace him with a Ravener Brood. Guardians charging forward, as the Guardian Squad is also charging forward. Throws a plasma grenade there, but largely going to miss. Base splash one the model a little bit, but nothing too critical. Farseer now being focused down by all the Guardian Squads. The Guardian and the Farseer will manage to fall back. I don't believe she's any risk of being wiped. Down south, we do have the Hormigons advancing, captured the power point here, as well. We've got the Ravener Brood engaging a Guardian weapon team. Second Guardian weapon team being pulled out by the Warlock. Research biomorph. It's the Ravener Alpha being upgraded and reinforced Chitin. Chitin? Chitin. I think it's Chitin, isn't it? Also did see the Hormigons been upgraded with adrenal glands, gaining some of the health, damage, and some little jump effects. Nothing too critical, and receives a deadly hit there from the Warlock. Paraplasma grenades thrown. He does run forward to dodge them, which is good, saving his squad. Speaking of jumping forward, we do have the Ravener Squad jumping forward, trying to tie the squads in melee. This one does get suppressed by the Guardians weapon team and does lose some models there. Raveners they're a good squad, but they're not exactly the most durable one. They're more closer to Warp Spiders than to, like, say, Storm Boys or Assault Marines. Howling Banshees have been upgraded with the aspect of swiftness. Ravener Alpha has also been upgraded with the crippling talents, giving a melee weapon. But we're seeing too much fire right there. We'll need to fall back sooner rather than later. Ravener Alpha may go down, receiving lots of fire there, but still has plenty of health. Anything above 0 health is plenty. We have another Ravener Brood being deployed out by the Hive Tyrant, not Hive Tyrant, Ravener Alpha. And it is starting to clean up these Ravener funnels. Guardians do spot this tunnel right there. Raveners do pop out as well. A lot of range firepower coming out on that Guardian squad. And that ability largely missed, and that's the time you really need to hit ability. Guardians, 4 Guardian squads here. All of them have their plasma grenades available. Warlock has not been upgraded with anything, nor the Farseer. We do have the Guardian Whip team trying to suppress these forces, does get jumped on, but receives a plasma grenade there from the Guardian. Very nice. Raveners have received quite a bit of fire. This Ravener squad has received quite a bit of fire. Jumping on top of that Guardian Whip team as well. Should disrupt it, but needs to fall back sooner or later because he's really wounded. Does fall back now. Farseer making some melee hits there. No, she does not. No additional model drop there on the Ravener Broods. Mantis pushing way forward. This one does get suppressed there. And now they're shouting each other's faces. This Howling Banshee is receiving quite a bit of fire there. Could potentially go down. The Guardian could goes a plasma grenade. It's one of the models there knocking back himself, and the Rangers do not decide to get any melee hits there on the Howling Banshees. When the Farseers do go down there, the Ravener Alpha jumps on in as well with its melee weapons, trying to get that Guardian weapons team. And we'll need to fall back sooner rather than later. So seeing lots of fire there and goes down. So if both the blue heroes goes down and if one gets revived, they're way too far forward to be revived. Maybe the Ravener Alpha can be revived, go in, and then jump out. But even then, the Farseer could be chased down and quickly killed off. Warp Spider has been upgraded to aspect of a Warp Spider. We got these Guardians pushing the way forward. I heard those sound like shouting Raveners. Warlock has been upgraded with the Immolator, which grants an Immolite ability, which is basically a giant incendiary effect, and a very large incendiary grenade. Raveners do jump forward, trying to tie up these Guardians in melee. Guardian weapon teams, I should say. They do fall back right there as well. They do have all the models, but they may drop a model in the retreat path. Looks like the Immolate ability was utilized onto that Ravener. Grenade of the retreat path gains good damage in, but they don't drop any models. Warp Stride is going on in as well, getting some melee hits there on the Raveners, but don't drop any models. Or reverse, and they don't drop any models. So he won't receive any bleed right there. Howling Banshee trying to chase down the Warlock. This Howling Banshee has been upgraded to Swiftness as well, not Strength. As Warp Spider gets some great damage there on the Ranger squad, teleporting forward. Farseers engage the Farseer in melee. This one has been upgraded to Ghost Helm, grants the Mind War ability as a suppression and damage weapon, while the Spirit Stone, of course, is a medic ability. We also got the Rune Armor, granting health and energy, as well as energy regen, and Second Storm ability, which is a big AoE suppression ability, doing a small amount of damage. Ravener Alpha engaging, does get forced back by the Howling Banshees. And we do have the tunnels being cleaned on up. Warp Spider is trying to deactivate this point. One of the generators have gone down. This one's now likely going down as well. Ranger's trying to put some shots in as well. And he didn't seem to sound too happy. Ravener Brood has been upgraded with the enhanced muscle pulls, and now it's a melee squad. He wanted melee, now he has melee. This one as well, let's see. Increases their speed, health by 20%, and damage up by 30%, and allow the burrow remain underground indefinitely. So now it's a Maybe that's a different build. That's still the jump ability. But it looks like they have ability to roam around underground. Great damage there on the Guardian weapon team. Doesn't wipe it out. Does fall back that squad there. This squad's missing one model as well. Iron Guard deployed on as well. That's a nice hefty front line as to support. Most of the Raveners only has melee units as well. May need to get some range units. Venom Broods and from Venom Spitters are going to be not half bad. Power Generator will be chopped apart. Howling Banshees do receive some fire there. Try and get focused down. Howling Banshees may get focused down there, but no, they still have 57 health remaining. And all these forces do fall back as well. Synapse Generators starts getting hit by these Warp Spiders as well as the Howling Banshees. They don't have the Aspect Strike, they don't have the anti-vehicle weapon to help with the damage, but they still chop apart the Synapse Generators, no problem. Tier 3 being researched by the blue Farseer, while the red Farseer already has Tier 3. Of course, got a Webway Assembly here deployed out by red, bringing his front reinforcements here. A lot of Guardian squads. Here comes the Tyrant Guard. It's going to need to keep those back, fall back the Webway. That should have lowered them that there's back there's a Webway Assembly right there. The Venom Brood is a self-detector, so it can push forward. Yep, and that's definitely going to be a spotted Webway right there. Apparently, Raven Alpha couldn't spot that. Power Generator being captured up. We got a Wraith Lord deployed out as well as some Rippers. Their job is to be ripped apart. Oh, Ravener tunnel right there. Really hard to spot that. Even though that was probably in vision range, it can really camouflage in. Look at that. That is very hard to spot. Does spot this Webway Assembly. I can see it blinking red right there, so it does get spotted. The Webway Assembly will be ripped apart by these forces. Will take a bit of time because they don't have anti-structural damage in this region. The Webway Assembly, or not Webway Assembly, Webway Gate does go down. Rippers are falling back as well. And in the middle, we do got a Haywire Grenade there on top of the Hive Guard. Hive Guard is quite a bit of fire right there. Perhaps need to haul down for some health regen. Artillery towers are going to deploy on the high ground as well. And the Tyrant Guard does go down there. Oh, Plasma Grenade there on the tunnel. Does clean up the tunnel. Was the Gears of War. Ravener dumping on forward. Does get a nice knockback there on the Guardians. Ripper is also here to help. Needs some great damage there, but he does have a marked target onto that Ravener Brood. Venom Brood does fall back there. And now we've got the Avatar War being pulled out by red, while blue is going for a Fire Prism. These forces are starting to fall on back. And we got two Wraith Lords for the Warlock. We got a Guardian Weapon team, or no, it's a D cannon being deployed out by the Red Farseer as well. I do like the Red Farseer. Does use Spirit Stones on herself, try to save herself, and does get one more melee hit there. It does get the Farseer right there, and now the Warp Spiders will be receiving some fire, but here comes the Avatar War, and you cannot engage that in melee. Armor piercing rounds load up in the blue Fire Prism, which has a red coating. Good damage there, knocking back the Warp Spiders. We do have the Avatar. Not receiving a whole lot of damage there. Now we've got the Venom Cannons here, as well as a Artillery Tower to support out the Venom Brood. Good damage there. But the Avatar War is very, very durable. And we've got a Webway Assembly deployed out by red right here. We're going to see some sort of something about ready to pop on out. It's D-Cannon. And this will force back his opponent. Nice knockback there on the Howling Banshees. D-Cannon trying to set up a shot there. Here comes the big cone, annihilating those forces. The D-Cannon was a great piece of bait right there. And he's able to set it up, it would be more than just bait, but the D-Cannon will likely go down. Yeah, getting stuck right there. The Farseer in the D-Cannon up that ledge. Farseer does go down, but so does the D-Cannon. Venom Brews are engaging the Avatar as well. The Warp Spiders gain some great damage from the Venom Brews. The Venom Brews are forced to fall back. They do see a hit there. Fire Prison still firing away. May see a Haywire Grenade, which will save the Avatar from being chased down. The Warp Spiders do fall back right there. And now we've got the two Wraith Lords pushing forward. Both of them have upgraded Bright Lances. Can you heal Ava? Avatar War? Not sure how you would heal it, right? You can't repair it, so I'm not sure how he's going to try to heal it. Great hit right there, and that one of the Rangers may have got wiped out there. Yeah, one of the Rangers did get wiped out there. Yeah, the Avatar War cannot be repaired by Guardians, because it's not a vehicle. Good hits there. Fire Person still needs a bit more help right there. Avatar War is still in this region. We're seeing some health regen. And the Tyranid player is actually advancing across this region. He's telling his teammate... the Warlock is telling his teammate to fall back because they're getting overran on the flank, losing the generators, things of that sort as well. They do have plenty of power for the rest of the game, likely. But still, you don't want to lose this VP and permanent control because they have the central VP. If they capture left VP, staying right there won't win them the game. In fact, red has less tickets than blue, so they can't stick around there. They have to play for the VP game. Two Venom Brutes pushing their way forward, getting some great damage there onto these structures. Ravener Brutes trying to engage these forces. And these Venom Brutes will need to fall back. We're seeing a bit too much fire right there. Red's blowing out his own Fire Prism now. Let's pour out the Avatar of War. And these Warrior Brutes or Orgons do fall back as well. Haywire Grenade does not get thrown there. Oh, it does get thrown, and there's an Eldritch Storm trying to be called on in. It does back away forward, does spot it, and does go down the Eldritch Storm. You know that Fire Prism is a big deal because it is a big source of anti-vehicle for that player. He does have a Bright Lance here, but the Bright Lance is way out of position, and we'll have trouble holding back the Wraith Lords. If there's one, that should be fine enough. There's two of them there. Now another Fire Prism being deployed on out by the blue Farseer. And that Guardian's going to get ripped apart. But that Fire Prism does get a nice high explosive round right there. And the Warlock does throw ability right there, but wasn't too effective. Great knockback there. That'd be very, very effective versus those Venom Brood. Artifacts coming on out. It needs to be anti-vehicle Venom Cannon. Great knockback there. He does fall back on the Venom Brood, just get some health regen. And pulls out a shield generator there, but it's probably not going to be like a tank trap. Easy to kill off anyways. Good hits there. Red only has a single capture against their opponent. They have captured from the northern point. Blue's bringing down his Fire Prism to engage this Fire Prism. Hopefully its anti-armor. The Ultra Storm being cast on it, forcing his opponent forward. Venom Brutes getting some great hits there, annihilating that Fire Prism. Very, very good engagement there, forcing your opponent forward to take out that Fire Prism. But now, there's 3 Wraith Lords deployed on out of the field. They're going to need some more Venom Brutes. The card effects did get canceled there. He may be seeing it for a Swarm Lord. Fire Prism has been snared by the Warp Spider. Got the Cone there, getting some great damage in. Fire Prism severely wounded the Venom Brutes, and he push on forward. Because that Avatar of War right there is nearly at full health. Does go around there on the Avatar of War. Ooh, that's a lot of plasma grenades. Ravener Alpha does go down. Another Fire Prism being pulled out by the person, by the Forest Hero, Red Forest Hero, the one with the Avatar of War. Seer Council being deployed out. Some heavy infantry wouldn't hurt. And there goes the Fire Prism there, probably down to that Cone ability. I don't think it was. I think it's also Haywire Grenade in the mix of it. At that point, they may need to get out that Fire Prism as well. But you got the Swarm Lord being forward now, trying to run down the. I don't think Blue's going to win this game. There's 3 Wraith Lords. Sure, the Swarm Lord can help engage the Avatar on equal footing, but there's still those 3 Wraith Lords who are all armed. There's 2 of them armed with Bright Lances. Swarm Lord and Avatar War are now engaged. The Swarm Lord does get some first hits there. We've got Psychic Storm being activated there. The Venom Brutes seeing quite a bit of fire. The Venom Brutes need to fall back. One Venom Brute may get fully wiped there. Yes, that one does get fully wiped there. Swarm Lord still has plenty of health as the Avatar is now falling back away from the Swarm Lord. Fire Prism does get knocked back there onto his own Howling Banshees. Ravener Alpha has also been upgraded with the Damage Aura Synapse, which helps increases the damage, I think, of the Swarm Lord, but I'm not exactly certain. Swarm Lord falling away from the Avatar. And Bruce does get some shots there as well, but then if he gets close enough to the hives, then he gets some good health regen. Does dodge that ability, though the Swarm Lord may have been spotted hit by that. Now got the 3 Wraith Lords pushing forward with the Bright Lances. That's going to be a dead Swarm Lord. Does activate the big circle area, and there goes the Swarm Lord. Got the base turrets now firing at the Swarm Lord. Not Swarm Lord, Avatar. And the Bright Lances are here in the mix as well. The Venom Brute's getting focused down. Does get out a Lictor, which is anti-vehicle and camouflage. I think these Wraith Lords are going to go for a full base kill. He can't run behind the Hive Tire, the Hive. Venom Brood, gets wiped out right there. Oh, here the Avatar of War is being engaged. Bright Lance getting some damage there. The Avatar is almost down, but looks like won't be able to go fully down there. Bright Lance does go down, getting out another Bright Lance now. Seer Council falling back, getting easy reinforcements. Yep, I think blue team's lost. And he's not going forward for a full base kill. Ravener does pick up the Farseer. Where is that Lictor? There's Lictor. Does take out the... I think that was a D-cannon or a Guardian Weapon team. I'm not exactly sure. Some sort of support weapon. Ravener is going to only be able to decapture at this point. I don't think they will be able to stay around for much longer. Does get a nice jump there with the Lictor. And he's going to take time to fully captured up, but at this point does get decaptured. Howling Bank is getting some damage there on the Warlock, but with the Fire Prism in the region, there's nothing much they can do. But they're still quite healthy, and we got a drop pod of some sort from the Tyranid. Is it a one Termagant, one Hormagant? Yep. Tyranid, Hormagant, upgraded drop pod. The point will remain secure, but all these forces will need to fall back. A Lictor does actually go down right there. Losing that is actually quite big because this is only source of real field presence. Up to north, we do got the Howling Banshee just engaging. And Seer Council does knock back the Farseer there, but the Warp Spiders, Guardians, the Seer Council won't stay around for much longer, and the Fire Prism is just still uncontested. Good damage there. Good hits. Oh, it's double capture in favor of Red, and now got the nuke, the Eldritch Storm, onto the Webway Assembly. Seer Council stayed alive, but a lot of that stuff got hit hard, and they don't have a whole lot of resources remaining. Good hits there on the Seer Council. And yep, now we got the Wraith Lords pushing way forward. Continue to declare can bring in a Tyranno formation, but that's about it. And we got the Ravener Alpha capturing up some of the far requisition points, trying to get any sort of income for their team. Oh, that Ravener just got fully fetted. I'm pretty sure that's Tyranids announcer saying the opposite was victorious. By the way, this is Anne Gray saying thank you for watching, and have a good evening.